Would you eat that?
No.
Honey cake, right now.
100K, I'm eating it for sure. You didn't say that part first, so.
We're taught in life to chase certainty through jobs, status, and all these different external things. And when you really think about it, once those things are stripped away from people, they don't have that same confidence no more because their certainty was tied to external things.
I think we all eat a little human at some point. You eat hot dog?
What we talking about today, man?
Oh, control.
Control.
And like,
that's kind of what you were talking about just now, about,
control what you can control?
Yeah, control what you were control, man.
Yeah. Controlling like your reaction to the world and controlling inward first, outward second.
Yeah, your internal certainty.
You can't control your outward certainty because it's not possible. Nothing is certain in the world we live in. Doesn't matter how much you prepare for something,
So
anything can
death
happen.
and taxes.
Yeah. Death and taxes are the only thing that's certain, right? And I guess like racism, I guess. That ain't going away no time soon. Other than that, like, yeah. So a lot of times you want to control your inner certainty because that's the only thing we can be certain about is how we feel, how we react to whatever's going to happen to us. We got a video from Tom Brady starting off about this, kind of talking about his going from being Tom Brady the quarterback to being Tom Brady the regular dude.
Yeah.
And how when you're in those sports and those controlled environments, you control every single thing. We're going to run this play, we're going to do this and this and this and this and this. But even in those environments, there's a lot of chaos.
A lot of uncertainty.
But I think there's the illusion of control that he kind of feels, that he realizes is completely gone when he's in.
Do you think it's illusion?
I think so. I think you can say and do whatever you want.
I think people like with his skill set and his mastery of the game have a lot more control than we're
a lot
giving
more,
credit
but not
for.
Total control. Because you can't control someone slipping and falling while they're trying to catch the ball.
You're right.
Or you can't control somebody getting hurt. You can't control like somebody having the flu the night before and they're not on their same game. And, you can't control a lot of this stuff. You can't control the grass in the field not being right and you fucking step into a pit and they don't make it the timing of the route right. That's football stuff, y'all. Sorry. But so there's no real control. But when you go from the feeling of like nearly controlling everything to nothing, you're back to a regular person for the most part. It's like, damn. So we'll play the video for y'all. And it's short. So we ain't got no 2-minute video from Cypher today.
Shout out Cypher.
Shout out Cypher.
I think what you realize in life is you're not in control that much. And like, what do I need to do more in my life? I need to be better with less control. And I got to be better operating in that gray area. I can't be so anxious when things aren't going exactly the way that I want. I don't sleep. I don't eat. I don't work out. I get angry when I'm not in complete control. And like, think about it, all this hardwired for all these years. Like, coach, I want to run these plays. When I was a senior in college, I went in before the Ohio State game. And I was like, must have been 6:30 a.m. on the Thursday before the game. And I walk into the coaching office during a staff meeting, and I'm like, Coach, I want this. These are the plays I want to run. I like this. And he's like, go to bed. And I look at myself back then, and I was like, what was going on with me? Like, it was so much of like, I wanted it to go so well that I felt like if I tried to control everything, then it would go well. But the reality is that's not life. Yep. What goes well is really what's inside of you. I need work on that.
That was kind of deep, man.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's really good that he was able to recognize that he was looking for that control to he wanted stuff to go so well that he had to be in complete control, and that he recognized that. A lot of people don't recognize that they do that. You know what I'm saying? And so they spend their entire life trying to control every little outcome, and it's driving them crazy. It brings them stress because, like he later said at the end, you can't control everything. That's not how life works. There's a lot of variables that you can't control. You know what I'm saying? And the only thing you really can control is you and how you respond to certain things, what you can do.
But it is
in those situations.
Anxiety inducing when stuff goes wrong.
It is
disheartening when stuff goes wrong. It is frustrating when stuff. Driving your car, your work truck from a job, trying to get back home when someone hits you. Yeah. That's fucking frustrating.
Hell yeah.
And that's sort of what you think you can control. I control my workday, my flow, everything, and then everything is destroyed on my Saturday, and I have to fuck my whole Saturday up to make sure.
Hell yeah.
That's difficult.
Your whole weekend.
It's difficult to deal with. Yeah. So how can you really blame anybody for trying to control everything? I know it feels like maybe we're powerless in a way, but how can you blame us for trying to control what we can control,
Yeah.
In the world. And like, I really do relate to what he's saying, which is interesting because it's Tom Brady. How can relate to Tom Brady, right? But shout out to him, by the way. He's super handsome still, almost 50. Can you do that?
No.
He'll probably still play. Pretty
You
good.
think so?
I think so. I think he can still do a little something.
Hey, money.
Pretty good. I used to hate him so much.
What they say? Yo, you not ugly. You just broke.
Yeah, true. He also probably eats baby blood or something like that too.
All right, bro.
But I used to hate Tom Brady so much.
I did too.
But then as I got older, and he was no longer a Patriot, and he was like in Florida and the Bucks is like having fun.
Damn, so you just had hate for the Patriots.
Absolutely, I still do.
I feel like a lot of people do.
That is the most ultra nationalist white Christian team of all time. I can't stand it. Besides the Celtics,
I was just mad they were winning so much. I was a hater.
That's
I'm not gonna
part of
lie.
it, yeah.
Especially when I was younger. I was just a fucking hater.
they're hating because somebody made a deal with a certain
They had to,
a certain
bro.
demonic figure.
They had to, bro.
But anyway, yeah, like I used to hate him so much. But as I've gotten older and he's kind of been away from the game and away from the Patriots for so long, I kind of can recognize the greatness of him and listen to him talk about how he prepared and how he dedicated himself fully to something like this. I do think that he is one of the few people on earth who, to me, is an example of like what full commitment and full obsession can do for you in a positive way. So I understand where he's coming from, where the control feeling has to be there because he's 48 now. He probably been playing football since he was fucking 7. He's been a high-level college player and NFL player since he was like 21. So like 30-something years of controlling everything. I can imagine that in the coming home and being normal, it's difficult because it's like, damn, like, I know everything. No, I mean, we get up at this time, we'll be there by this time, and it's, we'll be fine. But it's like, just like simple stuff, and I completely relate to it. And it's crazy to feel like I relate to Tom Brady, but it's real life. Like I feel the same way. When shit don't go my way, I get fucking frustrated. When you go to the airport and you have a plan, and you're like, yeah, my flight's at 6. I'll be there by I'll be there at the airport about 4:35. Should be fine. TSA will be fine. And then you get there and ICE is your fucking TSA agent. You're like, oh shit. And the line's running the block like, oh fuck.
Hell
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. So I want to take it back a quick layer real quick. Sorry to cut you off, but we're taught in life to chase certainty through jobs, status, and all these different external things. And when you really think about it, once those things are stripped away from people, you know what I'm saying? Like, think of a rapper who was on top for the longest, and then all of a sudden they strip of their shit. A lot of them niggas don't know what they do. They don't get, like, they don't have that same confidence no more because their certainty was tied to external things. You know what I'm saying? And basically what I want to get at is that we need to stop trying to attach ourselves to these just material ideals that, that were forced onto us, that were put into our brain to make us think that, oh yeah, we're good, we're great and stuff like that. I'm not saying you shouldn't want those things, but becoming attached to those things is where the issue is, because once those things are stripped away, because like nothing lasts forever. Nothing in this life, unfortunately, lasts forever. So one day that's just probably going to be gone.
Besides,
and then what are you going to be once that stuff is gone?
Besides McDonald's hamburgers, apparently.
What?
You see a video of a lady had one. This is completely off topic. I'm sorry. A lady had a fucking Big Mac from like 96.
Oh yeah.
And she pulled out the wrapper.
And looked the same.
It was not in the refrigerator. It was in a fucking.
You eat McDonald's?
I haven't. I haven't in years. I haven't consistently, but I have like
every so often.
Yeah, nuggets every once in a while.
But we've seen the video, and we still are gonna eat. Like that can't be healthy for us.
Yeah.
And we're still gonna eat that.
Do you think it's real meat?
Fuck no.
What animal is that?
I don't even think it's an animal. You heard, what is it? Bill Gates, somebody making a plant. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't like Bill Gates at all.
They're basically, it's
Shout out to Bill Gates for Xbox.
No. This is some real shit though. They basically produce cancer to produce meat. You heard about that?
Oh yeah,
shit?
I saw that. The constantly duplicating.
Constantly duplicating some type of meat. This is basically cancer that they're gonna be feeding us soon.
Yeah.
It's almost like a money hack, unlimited money supply, but it's killing us in the process.
Yeah, man.
And people are gonna eat this shit.
I hate Bill Gates, dude. Shout out to Bill Gates for the Halo and all that and Xbox. But if I had to trade Halo for like not dying, I'd probably trade Halo away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Shout out Halo though. But anyway, back to topic, man. Damn, I hate Bill Gates. But yeah, sorry. Oh, you cut me off too. The lady's Big Mac was from '96. Yeah. It wasn't in the refrigerator. It wasn't in frozen. It was just it was in her fucking like under her cabinet. She pulled it out and it was like, the bread's not molded, the meat is not rotted. It's fine. I was like, and even the fries were like. The fries look like, yo, you just put in the air fryer for a couple minutes, they'd be good again.
No, they're not, bro.
That's fucking crazy.
Would you eat that?
No.
Honey cake right now.
100K, I'm eating it for sure. You didn't say that part first, so that's different. But for sure, I probably feel horrible after, but I'll eat it for sure.
Y'all eating it? Let me know in the comments. Let me know.
30-year-old McDonald's meal. It hasn't rotted, it hasn't degraded, none of that.
Honey cake right now.
I would do it for sure.
For real?
That's not cow though.
I don't think your body's gonna be able to break that down.
That shit ain't really. That's like human meat or something. It gotta be.
You think so? There's the conspiracy online that they've been feeding us.
Humans.
You heard about that?
Yeah. I think we all eat a little human at some point. You eat hot dogs?
Yeah.
You ate a human before.
You think so?
Type shit.
I thought it
You ever
was.
see how they make hot dogs?
I thought it was cow or something. Or
See how they
pig.
make hot dogs though?
They mush it all together, right?
It's like different things.
Shit.
It
Yeah.
ain't just cow.
And
It ain't just
bacteria.
beef Frank. It's like it's Frank in that shit. A nigga named Frank is in that hot dog right now with the beef and the pork. That's crazy.
And then looking under.
Y'all niggas eating Dave's hot chicken and shit like that. Y'all cook, bro. Like I do eat it sometimes. Chick-fil-A, I don't think it's chicken either.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is, but it's like steroided up chicken for real.
So how do people?
Chicken they beat, make them scared. I don't know.
How do people become less attached to the external, validity, so they can have more internal, certainty within themselves? And this is a hard question. I don't know.
I feel like you got to look at like the 3 M's. For men at least, it's like you control your mindset, your muscle, and your money. The muscle's not literally like lifting weights, but it's like your sort of what you do, what your autonomous being, you know what I'm saying? And like how you handle certain things. And the money is like obviously like you control like how much you make or whatever, but that's like whatever. The main thing I want to focus on the mindset thing. Everything has an other side to it that you gotta take into account, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like let's say for example, like you drive a car and it's like kind of a shitty car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I hate this car, man. All I could afford, but man, it breaks down sometimes and it's just cheap, it's ugly, it makes me mad, but it's paid off. But look at the other side, it's like, oh, it's paid off vehicle though. When I have a vehicle, some people don't have that privilege, and I get A and B, no problem, and it's cool, and I can use use this vehicle to get upward mobility in my situation. You know, it's about your mindset, because like if you let shit control you, or if you let shit upset you, it controls you. You know what I mean? That's what we're kind of getting to.
I ain't tryna wait the day, wake up, get some cake today. I've been with the I got you tryna chase the day. Wake up, see some O's up in my